if we look at the history of the thing we call civilization to date, one very obvious thing that we notice is that all the early civilizations don't still exist. Whether we look at the Mayas, the Aztecs, the Egyptians, the Roman Empire, the Greek Empire, they all collapsed. And so the precedent is actually that civilization collapses, not that it maintains. The real difference is that this is the first time we have a completely global civilization. There's actually no country in the world that can make its own consumer electronics, right? Without the mining and manufacturing and technology that happens from around the world. So our process of civilization is one that has inherently self-terminating dynamics built into it. When that happens at a fully global scale, it is basically the catastrophe is just unbounded, where it has always been bounded. As big as the Roman Empire was, when it fell, it wasn't everything. And limited by not only its total geographical size, but the level of technology it had, it caused desertification through unrenewable agriculture, but it wasn't able to destabilize the biosphere writ large. In 100 years of industrialized fishing, we've removed most of the large fish species from a water planet, right? A 3/4 water planet. It took 3.5 billion years to get those fish species. And so you recognize that we're operating the same way that has always led to war and environmental destruction and collapse of civilization, just factoring exponential technology. So our process of civilization is one that has inherently self-terminating dynamics built into it. Evolution brought about rivalrous dynamics, but then it also brought about our prefrontal cortices, our capacity for abstraction, and our ability to do design and technology. Lions can't make themselves radically more capable as a predator in a very short period of time, faster than the gazelles can get away, right? If they could eat all the gazelles and then go extinct because they debase the substrate upon which they live. And so as the great white's getting a little bit faster, the seals are also getting faster, right? The whole system is co-evolving, so there are no radical power asymmetries. We started modeling ourselves as an apex predator, but then developing tools that increased our ability to do that on an exponential curve when the environment wasn't increasing its capacity to deal with that on an exponential curve. That self-terminates. So that's evolution modified by technology. I think this next shift is us realizing that as technology kind of giving us the power of gods, we have to get the love and wisdom and understanding of gods, or we self-terminate with that power. That's a big task. As soon as you just really think about it and think about who am I without plants and who am I without pollinators, and you realize I don't exist, just thinking cognitively about the interconnectivity of everything actually helps a lot. So the other critical thing is that you can't assume that other people are going to fix these issues and you can just kind of chill and the world will work out. That also doesn't mean that you should freak out and go into existential angst on hyperdrive without knowing what to do. But to progressively lean in more and say, okay, there's a path where we can make it, but it's not a given at all that we do yet. Rather than ask whether we do or not, how do I help determine that we do? How can I engage? And that will require learning a bunch of shit that you don't currently know and that maybe nobody has synthesized well yet. An individual is necessary, but it's not sufficient. If you have a bunch of people that are making sense on their own, they can never make sense of the complexity of the whole world if they don't figure out how to have meaningful collaborative dynamics with other people. So individual and collective sense-making and choice-making process. And that's what being an imaginal cell in the transition from caterpillar to butterfly really means, is taking some empowered responsibility for being someone who's recognizing that you can't just run the instruction manual that was given historically, and the new instruction manual doesn't exist yet, and it's actually the time of people in that liminal phase is to work on developing what are the new structures.
what keeps me